Okay, it's 2 p.m. UTC, but we can wait a couple of minutes to see if more people join and then we start. If it's okay for you. Thank you.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, Marco. Hello, Lorenzo.
Hello, Marco. Hi, everyone. Hello, Ines.
Okay, I think we can start. Welcome, everyone, to this interim IoT Directorate meeting. Please understand that this meeting is aligned with the IETF Note well. Be familiar with that. So our draft agenda, as always, span about the reminder of IoT Directorate reviews, overview of the IoT and IRTF IoT groups, and then we can go through the new plan activities, and then other SDO if there is some. Okay, comments on the agenda? Okay, please add your name here. About the reminder of the reviews, okay, please, we always, not always, but most of the time we get answers that the people is not expert when we ask to do a review. So don't worry about that. We don't need to you be an expert. We just understand that if you are in the IoT Directorate, you have the knowledge to do a review from your point of view. So we kindly ask to accept the jobs. So thank you very much. And it's very important, if you cannot do the review, please decline it so we can assign it fast. Okay, so we start with the overview of the IoT groups. So Carles, for 6LOW.
Hello, everyone. 6LOW will meet in Montreal. We currently have 6 working group documents. 2 of them are currently in the RFC editor queue. These are the IPv6 neighbor discovery prefix registration and fixing the C flag in EARO. Then we have 4 other working group documents which are in earlier stages. First is path-aware semantic addressing, PASA, for LLMs, which is like ready to be submitted to the ISG. However, we are holding it until another draft, which is a normative reference for PASA, reaches the same stage. The other draft is the generic address assignment option, GAO, and it's progressing. The Shepherd review is already available, and shortly after draft update, possibly it will be, there will be the Shepherd write-up, and both documents will be ready to progress. Then there's the transmission of SHIC compress package over 15.4 networks, which has also been updated. One comment here is that this document depends a little bit on the SHIC architecture draft, which is also evolving in parallel. And there's the last working group document is the transmission of IPv6 packets over short-range optical wireless communications, which has also been updated. And there's also a couple of individual drafts. One is entitled Security Considerations for IPv6 over OWC, which is Optical Wireless Communications. The authors plan to integrate the content of this document into the main IPv6 over OWC draft. And then there is another document, which is 00 submission, which, however, is intended to obsolete or perhaps update RFC 8163. It is currently entitled Transmission of IPv6 over Multi-Drop Serial Bus Token Passing, MSTP, and it intends to apply a few fixes and some terminology updates based on what used to be called 6LowBAC, which was published as RFC 8163. So any comments or questions?
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Carles. Comments, questions? Okay, thank you. So next one, Ace, Loganaden team or someone that can provide an update. Okay, Anima, Sheng, Charles, or someone that can provide an update. Okay, SDF, Michael, Lorenzo.
Yes, Lorenzo here. I can provide a quick update. So we will have an interim meeting next Wednesday on October 29th. And also we will meet in person at IETF 124, 2 1-hour sessions. And when it comes to the working group documents, we have 5 active drafts. It is the SDF non-affordance. This is standard tracked and it has been recently adopted by the working group. Also, we have an informational draft about how to use SDF for digital twins, and also this document has been recently adopted. We also have a spin-off of the NIPSI draft, which is the SDF protocol mapping, and also this one has been recently adopted, and that is about providing a registry for bindings, protocol bindings for SDF models. Also, we have NIPSI still going on. It's at a good straight, but we are waiting for finishing up the previous draft, this SDF protocol mappings. And also we have the SDF type link that has been recently adopted. Is about specifying links in SDF models. And then we have SDF in ISG in the RFG editor queue at the auth 48 stage. And also we have some individual drafts and also new drafts. These ones are the SDF compact about compacting SDF information. Also, we got a new draft for API translation using SDF. So basically translating one API from source A to source B. And then we have instance information, which is tightly coupled with the SDF non-affordance information. And then finally, we have the SDF mapping. And yeah, so this is update from the ASDF working group. Any questions? Thanks.
Thank you very much, Lorenzo. So no questions. Thank you. Sibor, Barry, Christian, Paul.
Yes, so Paul joined us as working group chair because we had trouble getting 3 documents that have been in the working group for longer than anticipated unstuck. And these are the ones that we focused both on the interims in the last period and will also focus on in the upcoming meeting. The highest priority right now is on deterministic encoding, which is also the one with the most discussion, because we had a document in there that we have a document in there. But that probably moved in a direction where the consensus situation is not clear anymore, and it's also unclear whether people are really pushing for changes in CBOR or not. And then there are 2 topics that are probably in a bit more mature state, but also kind of swamped by the other being diagnostic notation, which is also used in other documents. And CBOR packed for in-place consumable kind of compressed-ish data, I'd say. Yeah, that's about the situation here.
Okay, great. Thank you. Christian, comments or questions? Okay. Cor, Marco?
Yeah, hi, Marco here. So quite a few things happened since Madrid. We had the document approved for publication already. Now it's in Auth 48. I hope it's going to be published anytime soon. And it got a very interesting RFC number 99876. And we got 2 more documents approved for publication, DNS over COAP as a proposed standard and a companion informational document for the ALPN ID for COAP over DTLS. And 3 more documents completed their last call, and they are in ISG evaluation, constraint resource identifier, and 2 foundational documents for group communication for COAP, also with security. Once they're published or before waiting the actual publication, we can put more focus on building on those with other related documents. More documents completed working group last call, and especially in Yang Sid Pen in the Core Conf cluster is expected to proceed quite soon. And we also adopted 3 new working group documents, COAP transported over the bundled protocol, a new COAP option for abbreviating well-known URI paths, and restoring cacheability of COAP responses protected with OSCORE end-to-end. Besides focusing on documents in themselves, there's more activities ongoing, of course, on monitoring performance of COAP traffic, a number of correction and clarifications for COAP, mostly going on as new GitHub issues, and advancing and splitting 1 to 2 documents, work related on group communication for responses over multicast, separating the use of proxies for those. Same goes for a lightweight protocol for updating the key material for OSCORE, and a new proposal for obfuscating more information in the OSCORE option again. And we also have some recent progress on a proposal for transporting COAP messages over Bluetooth. We'll meet in Montreal for a 2-hour session at the very end of the week, first time since I can remember. And we'll resume with interim meetings after Montreal with a one-off meeting in December, and then a proper session starting from mid-January next year. That should be the status. Thank you.
Thank you, Marco. Comments or questions? Okay. Kose, Ivailo, Michael, or someone that can provide update? Okay, Dennet, Lo, Janos, or someone that can provide update? Okay. IoT Ops, Alexei, Henk, or someone that can provide an update? Okay, thank you. Lake, Melissa, Renzo?
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you, Ines. I feel like in elementary school when the teacher asks who is present.
Yes.
Present. Okay, so Lake did not have an interim meeting, and we will meet in Montreal 1 hour 30. The adopted working group documents, which are 5, are advancing well. 4 out of the 5 have updates and will be presented at IETF in Montreal. And then the most important thing to say is that we are working on the rechartering, well, almost done, but we are looking for consensus on the mailing list. So feel free to drop in if you are interested. Check for the mailing list and reply. We have almost consensus, but we wanted to be sure. So basically, we are including the most substantial changes to include quantum resilient solutions on the charter, because it was not included. And we have a lot of coming work regarding post-quantum solutions. And that's it. And on the same topic, I can say that we are ready since last IETF. We have 4 novel works from 4 different groups of people. And for this IETF on Montreal, we have already 2 new internet draft. And of those, I think 2 already requested slot, and I'm still waiting for what happened with the others. But 3 documents got updates of those, I think. And that's the most important. So rechartering and quantum resilient work, to summarize. Thank you.
Thank you, Renzo. Comments, questions? Okay. Prats, Kathleen, Ned, or someone that can provide an update?
While we're waiting for this, maybe I can say a word about IoT ops. I said through that. There is one document that has been around for a long time, since the early 2010s, that provides terminology for constrained devices, and that has been revised. It's called 7.2.8 bis, and it's picking up speed now. So if you are interested in this subject, maybe you want to have a look. So several reviewers are currently active on this document and making suggestions, and I hope we will have an improved version to discuss in Montreal. Of course, there are other things on the agenda, but I cannot say as much about them as I can say about this.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Karsten. Comments or questions? Okay. So, Prats, Kathleen, Ned, or someone that can provide an update? Okay. About role, we had just an interim meeting. We will not meet in Montreal. We have enrollment priority in working group last call. These modifications aims to be merged with this modification use case. So that's very good. And then NSA extension is in progress. Basically, that's it. For role, comments or questions? Okay. Chick, Alexander, Pascal, or someone that can provide an update?
Perhaps I can provide a quick update. If I'm not mistaken, there have been 2 interims since Madrid, and one document which is quite relevant is the SHIC architecture. It's being discussed. There are some discussions around concepts and terminology. Then there's also a document progressing about protocol numbers, which plans to request an ether type, an internet protocol number, or UDP ports to identify when what is being carried is a SHIC data unit. I think there's also been progress in the 8824 update draft, and I guess there are some additional discussions. And by the way, there is a session planned for Montreal.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Carles. Comments or questions? Okay. Scheme, Aaron, Nancy, or someone that can provide an update? Okay. Sweet, Akira, Jacqueline?
Yeah, hi. So we did have a interim meeting, and we are also doing a meeting in Montreal. We currently only have 2 drafts sitting with us right now. One was in Telechat this week, and the other one is just waiting for AD evaluation, so there's not really too much changing in suit just yet.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Jacqueline. Comments or questions? Okay. Tip, Tiru, Nancy, or someone that can provide an update? Okay. So we go to the research part. Things to see in research group. Ari? Karsten?
Yeah, I think Ari is in a airport lounge right now, so let me quickly do that. So we had an interesting interim meeting 10 days ago on composable code. So how do we actually get the software that is running on a constrained device composed from components that come from different provenances? So that has something to do with containerization, with mobile code, with virtual machines. So really interesting stuff, the videos on YouTube. We plan to have a face-to-face side meeting in Montreal. So we're not meeting as a research group, but people who are interested in this research group will meet on Monday morning at 8 in a side meeting room. And we plan to have a little bit of an informal discussion there and use the fact that we are present. And one more thing we want to do this year is looking at the interaction between IoT technologies and AI agent interaction. So we already have seen that the self-describing nature of many of the discovery protocols we have meshes very well with AI agents. And the next step is to find out where are still gaps. So what do we have to add to the discovery information to make it really useful for AI agents? And of course, everybody is looking at AI right now in 10 different ways. So one of the jobs we have in Montreal will be to talk to other people who look at AI in general, at AI agent interaction specifically, and see whether there is a need for coordination or a way to cross-pollinate each other.
Great, thank you very much, Karsten. Excellent. So comments or questions? Okay, thank you. So now new plan activities, if you are aware of some. Okay, other SDOs? Someone have information? Okay, so thank you very much. We can conclude the meeting now. Thank you very much and enjoy the IETF in Montreal. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a
Thank
nice
you.
day.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.